Hey everybody, Grant Miller here, Miami Community News. It's a great day. I have Dr. Dominique.
Yes.
And how you pronounce your last name?
Lavelle.
Lavelle. So, as you know, you can see on the wall thing, you're a marriage family therapist. I need a lot of therapy. So I want to know a little bit about you.
Of course.
Okay. Where were you born?
I was born here in Miami, 305.
What hospital?
I was born at Jackson Hospital. You know,
So,
the best hospital.
okay. Where did you go to elementary school?
Elementary school, I went to private school. I went
Which one?
to St. Mary's.
Where's St. Mary's?
St. Mary was in Aventura. It was a small school we went to.
And where did you live when you were going to St. Mary's?
When I lived at St. Mary's, I lived near Aventura, North Miami area.
Okay, St. Mary's. Who's your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher was the art teacher.
You got a name?
I can't remember the name.
The art teacher at St. Mary's.
Yes.
Okay. Middle school or junior high? I don't know how old you are.
High school, right? So we stayed at St. Mary's for a while. High school, that was at Cooper City High.
Who's your favorite teacher?
The social studies teacher,
Okay.
Mr. Webster.
Mr. Webster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Where'd you go to undergrad?
Undergrad, I did it at FAU. Go Owls.
You got a favorite teacher?
I guess the psychology department, the evolutionary psychology teacher, he was really nice.
Okay, and then you get a degree after that.
Yes, I did. I got my master's at Nova. Kudos to Dr. Rambo. She was such a great mentor. I loved her, which I still do. And I went on to get my PhD there as well.
So you get your master's, then a PhD.
Then a
You have to have a PhD in
family therapy. You don't have to, but I want to be able to teach at the university, and that's you have to have a PhD if you want to teach other doctors.
Okay, so you finished, you got your master's, you got all that other stuff. And then what did you do?
I was a teacher during the time that I was in school. So I taught at Coconut Palm Elementary, K through 8.
Where's that?
That is in Alapata in Ghouls, which I absolutely love my babies.
Near Chocolate City.
Near Chocolate City, yes. I was there for...
Come on, baby. Do you eat at Flavors?
No,
it's a little restaurant.
I haven't eaten there.
Wait.
I know. I'm horrible
You're
with
neglecting
eating.
my turf.
I'm so sorry. I have to go.
You asked for Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell. Okay, I will go, definitely.
All right.
So,
it's in the gas station. It's world famous known. It was in Perrine. But okay, so you're at Attapata, Coconut Palms.
Yes, Coconut Palm. And then I did Southridge High School for 4 years.
Right.
I taught English. I was the English teacher. So it helped me with schooling because the teacher schedule helps with the college schedule that I had. And it allowed me to do both. And I love kids. It's my passion.
Okay. When did you get married?
I got married, believe it or not, when I was 21.
And you're 31 now.
Yes, we will say that.
Okay.
I will absolutely take that.
And how old are your kids?
My kids are 14 and 7.
And where do they go to school?
My 14-year-old goes to Southwood Middle. Yay. And then my little one goes to Whispering Pines Elementary.
That's a beautiful school, too.
I know. I love it. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're teaching, you're at these different high schools,
Yes.
and then you decide to say, okay, now I'm going to help more people.
Yes, I'm going to open up my private practice because during that time, the pandemic happened. And what I was noticing is I wasn't reaching my students the same anymore because they were at home dealing with their home life and trying to teach them English while they have to take care of their sibling wasn't really sticking. So I was like, how can I still reach people and help them? Because that's what I truly love to do. And it was time for me to just switch into opening my own office.
And where's your office now?
It's in Palmetto Bay. I'm at the Palmetto Bay Center, which I love.
On Old Color?
Yeah, no, right off of US 1 and 150, right after the dealership.
Right after the car dealership. On the left side, 2-story or 3-story building.
Yeah, I love it there.
There's a major landmark right at the corner.
Yes, it is, but we won't say what it is. Exactly. It's been there the longest.
Right. That's a great little location for you. You're right behind the bank.
I'm right behind the bank.
That used to be a florist, that location.
Oh, really?
I think it was Herney's.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have a practice.
Yes, now I have my practice.
You've been in practice for how long?
My practice officially opened in 2016, and I moved full-time into the practice in 2019.
Okay, so you're a marriage therapist. I've been divorced 12 or 13 years. I can't keep the
number.
Keep the number right.
Right.
So where'd I go wrong? I was married 25 years. Where do you start? Do you come in, do you bring one person? Or if the husband or the wife says, I'm unhappy, do you bring both in?
The way that I like to do is I like to bring both in to start. So the first session, I will have you both in the session, and I am listening to you guys, but I'm paying attention to your nonverbals. Where do you guys sit? Where do you hold your hands? How are you speaking to each other? What are the tones? And then the next session, I'll see each of you separate to kind of get a true idea of what it is.
There was a husband and wife, and we both went different people, and then we did groups together.
Yep, exactly.
Didn't work. Get divorced later.
Still divorced. Yeah.
That's
Therapy sometimes can help with just increasing better communication, but it might not change the way that you feel, right? So you might still want to get a divorce, but at least now we're communicating better. Maybe now when we go to mediation, we can actually make a decision on things.
If you go to therapy, that sends a message. Let's go through mediation.
Yeah. But mediation and therapy is different, right? So
Correct.
Mediation is more of like, we know it's over and let's separate things.
Let's
and
dance.
Let's kind of see what we're doing before we get the final decision by the judge. Whereas therapy, you still have a chance of making the relationship last if that's what you both want. And so that's why I like to see them separate, because I truly want to know, is the relationship helping you or is it slowly peeling away from who you are? You know?
Marriage therapists.
Yes.
Are they mostly married?
No, I see a lot of single people.
No.
Oh,
okay, we're gonna get that.
okay.
Marriage therapist. You're a marriage therapist.
Yes.
Most
No, actually, we have the highest divorce rate because we're able to see the issues in our marriage quicker, and we don't have the patience to deal in our own marriage like we do for others, which is understandable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So so we got marriage therapists, and you just said you see a lot of single people.
I do.
For
different reasons: depression, anxiety, transitioning through life. Because a lot of people are not making the decision of what does a relationship look like for them. The traditional marriage, husband and wife, isn't the same anymore for a lot of people. So they're trying to understand what is that. So I see a lot of single people who are still trying to balance how do they be most successful socially, because having a wife or a husband is good socially, but also still being themselves.
It's very difficult. So it
is.
30, 40, 50 years ago, no, you're married, that's it. It changes. Okay, so you also handle families.
Yes, I do.
That must be heart-wrenching.
It is. It's difficult when you have like generations. So now I see a lot of like grandparents, the parent and the child all living in one household, and you have like different traditions going on because the grandparents feel like it should be one way. The parents feel like
grandparents are never wrong.
Exactly. Okay. There you go. So then that creates a big ripple effect, right? Because if the parents say no and the grandparents come behind and say yes, the kid's going to go with the grandparent always.
Oh, I'm going grandma. They're going to give me money.
Exactly. So it causes some friction. So I'm noticing a lot more families coming into therapy trying to understand that dynamic. Like, how do we all stay on the same page?
Being on the same page doesn't mean it's right.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But sometimes, like most people know, 68% of our issues that we have in relationships are persistent problems. They're not going to go away. So we kind of have to agree to disagree or we'll be stuck in it forever.
Like marriage.
Just like marriage, of course. Absolutely. There's a lot of problems
in marriage. How long have you been married?
Almost 20 years this December.
So you outlasted most therapists.
I have.
Because you know what your husband does, right?
What?
He says 2 words.
What does he say?
Yes, dear.
I think, yes, he does. He does say yes, dear. I think what we allow each other to do a lot of times is be individuals, and we allow each other to express our opinions, which is very important in relationships. I notice a lot of people tend to not be so vocal when they need to be.
Your family therapist, what is the biggest issues you see within families?
The biggest issue that I see is a lack of trust and compassion. So 2 issues. We're not compassionate.
Who's we?
People in general. People are not compassionate. We see it when we're going to go into a store. The person in front of you might not hold the door for the person behind. That's just being nice. It's just
being rude. I mean,
right. Not doing it is rude.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know that. So it's like we don't have that.
That's correct. Most people don't know.
They don't know. And then, for example, like, let's say we're all at a light, right? And maybe there's like a divider in the center and someone just wants to go across. You'll see people like pushing themselves forward. It's like, just let the person go across.
So is that a Miami thing?
I don't know if it's a Miami thing. It could be, because here people are surviving and not living a lot of times. People are just trying to get to the next, and it's so expensive here. So I understand, but we're losing the basis at who we are, which is to be compassionate and to trust people, like actually have trust that we're going to have a great conversation and you're not going to make me feel anyway. But people walk into situations and think of the worst before they think of the best.
Well, it's tough right now. Families are divided on Politics.
Yes. So that's something that changed, right? During COVID, I had a lot of clients coming to me for that reason. Families having issues politically, not connecting, and that kind of went away. And now it's the upkeep again.
There's an old saying, when you go to a party, 3 things you don't talk about.
Yes.
Politics,
religion,
and sex.
Yep.
You don't talk about it, you won't have a problem.
You won't have a problem.
But I haven't. What I like about all that is because I love learning more things about people, but people get very sensitive when you talk about the political world.
Absolutely.
No matter what side you're on.
No matter what. And that's what I love about therapy, is because my clients can speak their political ideology in the session, and it's a non-judgment sense. I let everyone express themselves because I believe that we all see things differently because our perception changes with time. So I feel like even though we shouldn't talk about politics in public, we could still be friendly with each other if someone does speak about it, or if we hear something we don't like, we can still be nice. We don't have to be so dismissive at times.
When we talk politics, it's difficult because you don't want to start a fight.
Right.
But let's go on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. Drugs and children and high school kids or college kids. Is that a big thing?
Yes, it is.
And do the kids deny it?
The thing is, the kids see the drugs differently. Marijuana has gotten to a point where for a lot of kids, it's almost like drinking water. It's almost like it is what it is. It is an issue in high schools that we're seeing in our Cutler Bay, Palmetto Bay, and all areas, I would say. But it is something, it's something that the generation needs to be taught a little bit different. The idea of dare of like, no, just say no, just say no. Yes, we want to push it, but we want to teach them why we're saying no. And a lot of times we take the fear route instead of the route of like teaching to understand. So it is an issue that I'm seeing. It is something that parents are coming to me with and asking me, how can they help their teen? How can they help them to not do it? Because it's so available.